guys. I'm in my car yet again. Who would have thought? But today I want to talk about success. And yes, I did just get out of the gym. Ooh, muscle. And I do have a full face on. Let's not even mention that. But yes. So I want to talk about success. And I kind of want to do like a rampage about success and whatnot. Because I've had an incredible day where all of my interviews went very well, actually. Genuinely. And I basically got hired on the spot for one of them. The other one I was told to come in to do a trial. But you know, when things go right in the 3D, it's only a sign that you are thinking in the right way. It doesn't mean you need to stop increasing your positive thinking. So let's go, guys. Whenever you need to remember how successful, how powerful you are, how incredibly abundant you are, you listen to this and you remember. Oh wow, those are really cute geese. There's a lot of chickens over here. Maybe not chickens, I'm not really sure what those are. But I am incredibly abundant. You are incredibly abundant and successful. I'm living the most incredibly successful, brilliant, wealthy, fulfilling life of my absolute dreams. I'm so thankful that everything I do is making me feel even more fulfilled, even more successful, even more productive, even more joyful and beautiful. And it's truly bringing me into the life of my absolute dreams because I am so worthy and accepting of love and joy and success and money and gratitude. And you know, there was a time, not even long ago, at some point in my life, I genuinely was like almost ashamed to say that I want to be very wealthy, that I want to have a lot of money, that I have a lot of money, that I choose to live a very wealthy lifestyle, and that's what I like. Because, you know, some people don't want that, and that's okay. Some people would prefer, ooh, that's inside, okay, let's get that out. Anywho, some people would simply prefer to live more simply without, you know, all the grandiose things that money can give you. Just, you know, a stable income, and that's perfectly fine for them. They don't want more, they don't want less. I thought everyone just wanted everything. I didn't know that. But that's a true thing. And for whatever reason, like, I was just growing up and I was almost ashamed to say that that's not necessarily what I wanted. And, yeah. But I realized recently that it's not like you shouldn't be ashamed to say that you want to be successful, that you choose to be successful, that you are successful, that you have a lot of money, that you are wealthy. Yeah, so I just wake up now and I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, you are the wealthiest, most incredibly successful version of yourself, because that is your birthright. That is what you are put on this earth to have, part of what you're put on this earth to have. That is what your soul desires, so that must mean that it's true. It's your part of your purpose as well. Because if you genuinely want something, genuinely you want this thing, you want this part of your life to be a certain way, your soul wants that. Especially if you wanted it for a long time. Certain things in my life, like certain aspects of my life, there's been ways that I want it to be that have stayed the same way for years and years. And I know that that is my birthright. That is what my soul is attracted to. That's what my vibration is on the same frequency of. So that is what I choose to have now. And for me, I like beautiful things. I like expensive things. I like things that are well made, that are well crafted. I like insane experiences. I love traveling beautiful places in luxury. That's what I deserve. That's what I choose to have. And there's nothing shameful in that. There's nothing shameful in making a large salary. There's nothing shameful in not having to work incredibly hard and devoting your entire life away to a job that you don't like in order to be somewhat successful. That's honestly not what we should be expecting to be normal. We should be expecting to have a job, have work that, or have some sort of pay method that makes us happy, that helps others, that helps us, that fulfills us, that fills our cup up with happiness and not with boredom or tired feelings or sadness or a feeling of dread. Because when you are choosing your line of work and something about it just makes you dread getting your butt up out of bed every day, then you're not using your time wisely. And it might sound like I'm saying this from like a very what's it called, like a standpoint that doesn't understand what I'm talking about. People need to live somehow, you know what I mean? But I understand that, I get that, and yes, of course, do what you can to live with as much money as possible. But at some point, it's like, if you're working somewhere where you don't love it, you're doing something you don't love, then why waste so much time of your life to something that you don't enjoy doing? That just doesn't make sense. Like, it makes sense to me, but like I don't look up to, like, I don't want that for me. I don't want that for me. And I choose not to have that for me. I choose to have work and do things in my life that make me fulfilled, that make me so incredibly happy and inspired, that are from my creativity, from the bottom of my soul. Something that things that I want to help others, that actually interest me and make me feel like I just had a cup of coffee, you know what I mean? Like, when you just have like a cup of coffee and all of a sudden, like, there's 20 minutes where you're just like all over the place, motivated, doing everything like that all the time. Yeah, I think that I choose to be incredibly wealthy, and I know that I am now the exact image of abundance that I choose for myself to be, that I am. I am the image of abundance, because the things that I see for myself are also in the image of abundance. So that's the only way it can be. When I spend money, when I give money out to the universe, it comes back to me tenfold, because I spend money from a place of love and not from lack. I spend money from a place of, I choose to give this back to, the economy, and I choose to receive this item or service that I want to have. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the opportunity. So more and more floods towards me, because I am so grateful for this incredible abundance that I can use to make myself and others happy, to provide myself with things I want, services I desire, to give others money for the services they provide me out of their own love and their own time. I'm very grateful for that. Like, when you think about things from this point of view, when you decide to look at things from gratitude and from love and from, I'm meant to have this because it makes me genuinely happy, and I meant to have this because I want other people to also thrive from me having this, it's like a whole new outlook. And it's like a whole new, like, view of money, where so many people, almost including myself at some point, saw it as like a very like constricting and almost shameful thing to talk about, because like, of course you want more, but you can't talk about that because you don't want to seem greedy, or you don't want to seem some sort of way. That's not true. That's not true. You're allowed to decide to have more. You're allowed to want more. You're allowed to get more. You're allowed to be abundant beyond your wildest dreams, because there's so much money in the world. There's so much wealth. There's so much success. You're not taking away from anyone. There's so much money, we can't even count it all. That's how much there is. There's trillionaires out there. Trillionaires out there. You're not stealing from others by having more money. Some people, they do. Yes, they do. That's just the way they got it. Maybe they don't really have great morals, but that doesn't mean you have to do the exact same thing to be in that same place. It doesn't. It's not impossible to be as wealthy as you want to be, as you need to be, and still be an incredible person. It's not impossible. Sorry, it's not. It's really just not. You know what I mean? Like, there's no good and bad, and there's also no way of distinguishing good and bad, because it's all your perception. So just choose not to do the things that would make you feel like a bad person. You can still acquire anything you want that way, genuinely. Also, it is so ridiculously beautiful outside right now. Wow, the way the sun is shining is so insanely beautiful. That is so not the topic of this video, but I just wanted to tell you guys, I'm sure you can see this, like, from my video. It is so ridiculously gorgeous outside right now. Anyway, I love you. You are so abundant. You are so beautiful. You are so incredibly amazing in every single way. You are everything you want to be. You are everything you deserve, because you deserve what you want. You are an incredible being. You are all that is in your universe, and everything that is yours is coming to you now. So treat yourself gently. Look at life gently. If things don't look like the way you want them to, that's okay. Look at it lovingly and decide that it's the other way around. You actually are looking at what you do love, because eventually, in no time at all, truly in no time at all, it'll turn into that. I promise you.